Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're looking at the final chapter of formation shells. So what exactly is a formation shell? It is a hero combination that forms the backbone of any full team composition. It's really the identifying element of the team comp, which whether it's heavy CC, shields, heals, disruption, opener priorities, etc. So beyond the basic shell, every hero is interchangeable outside of the shell, which today the shell formation is very, very unique because it actually only has one hero. So as we get into the hero, you will see exactly why and what makes her so powerful. So this is really a hero that can fit into any single dynamic. Adding and removing heroes, of course, has advantages and disadvantages, just like with any team. But a hero that can actually hold her own shell, of course, is Talene. Talene is just such a powerful hero, and a lot of people say, well, what makes her so powerful? Her shell can be either sweeper orientated or counter orientated because she uses a variety of methods with her signature item. She is a scaling hero, so with her signature item over time, she actually does more and more damage and more defense. She has a very, very powerful heal, as well as does a ton of damage and a ton of just the survivability of her, because if she does fall in battle, she is reborn. She can be independently classified into her own shell by the nature of her skills and the synergy. So she will actually fit into just about any team that you can put her in, she will fit into. At the start of the fight, she has an anti-opener and anti-formation altering tools in the Afterglow ability, which we'll go ahead and we'll get into her abilities. The Afterglow ability, passive ability that allows Talene's two weakest allies to recover 150% of Talene's attack power is health. Each time she loses 10% of her max health. So as she's losing health, she's actually healing other heroes, which is kind of crazy. As the match progresses, she begins to perpetual cycle of healing and damage through the Fireborn, the Afterglow ability, and the Phoenix Rising combined with Meteor Shower. So if you look at the Phoenix Rising, every time she dies, she turns into a fireball. While in the state, she recovers health. Once she hits 50%, she's reborn, doing 200% area damage, or level 3, 300%. Recovery rate is reduced by 20% every subsequent time that she transforms into a fireball. So again, her Phoenix Rising ability combined with Meteor Shower, she calls down fiery meteorites that deal 200% to a single enemy target. When Talene is in Phoenix form, meteorites will continue to fall randomly every 0.5 seconds, which again is kind of crazy. And when she's in Phoenix form is her ultimate skill. Talene goes into Phoenix form and lasts until death and converts 90% of the current health into a permanent shield of equal value, plus an additional extra permanent shield on top that is equal to 20% of her max health. Looking at the level 2 and level 3, level 2, Talene's normal attacks deal additional damage that is equal to 20% of her Fireborn shield's value. So again, kind of crazy, and that's what makes Talene the only S+++ hero that they do. She is definitely above any other hero to have her. Everybody runs her, especially late game. Most of the boss fights, everyone uses her. Most of the Twisted Realm, most people use her in most battles because she does so much damage and has the survivability. The pace of the synergy is greatly accelerated through the energy provided by her signature item, which is the Heart of the Phoenix. Unfortunately, I don't have it on her yet, but we'll go ahead and look at here. Heart of the Phoenix, her attack rating is increased by 10% and her defense rating is increased by 20% every time she uses the Phoenix Rising ability. So every time that she dies when she is actually reborn, she will actually gain more attack and more defense. And as you can see, level 10 does plus 20% attack, plus 40% defense, which is absolutely huge. Plus 20 and plus 30 adds 120 energy points when she is reborn. Plus 30 adds 400 energy points every time she is reborn. So when you look at her overall, especially with her signature item at plus 30, she is getting a ton of energy back every time that she dies and is reborn. Not only is she getting 20% more higher attack, 20% or 40% higher defense is she's getting back 400 energy points every time that she is reborn. On top of that, Talene does not possess a natural counter as of patch 1.32, and Talene shells can be the basis of both the most powerful sweeper and counter formations that exist. In terms of synergy, she works really well with Orthos, with Thorin, with Wukong, because of their survivability that can give her the ability to scale. Azazel, the Rowan twin shell, Nara Thalia shell, most of the other shells, because of the survivability aspect of them, she does very, very well. The best way to deal with her, honestly, is to have your own Talene. When you look at PvP, when you look at a lot of the team comps, the only way to really counter her is to have her, which again is kind of crazy. She's the only hero that is uniquely qualified like that. So we'll look at some of the components that, of course, help her a lot. Aziz, of course, again, with the scaling, with his Horrify ability, preventing ultimate abilities from being activated. Late timer scaling, damage, frontliner, and his energy regen can help her a bit. Not only does she have her own with the rebirth ability, but he can provide additional energy, which is really good. Of course, Mahira, just because of the energy generation, the scaling, heavy CC, and the pseudo frontliner. Khazard is going to be another strong one because of his nuke ability. CC buying time to really let her scale up, and his Frozen Mist ability to, again, CC. Athalia is another strong one because of her DPS and her nuke ability. Formation altering, again, to buy Talene time to scale. It is really the big key here. So, of course, some of the heroes that really help with the scaling ability, such as Pharrell, because of his Terrorize ability. Again, he does damage, he does threat. CC buys time for his scaling and the heal reduction. So as she's doing her incredibly high amount of damage, he can prevent the heroes from healing because of his ability. Orthos, again, is another one that is very, very strong, as well as Nara. Again, Nara formation altering really buys time to create the scaling. Wukong is one of the biggest ones because of his ultimate ability when he actually breaks into more heroes, and the ability to nerf the haste, increase survivability and his damage threat, as well as being a solid frontliner tank. A couple of the other ones that are a little bit different but definitely help with her are definitely Sofia, just because of her nuke ability with her Falling Sun ability. It does a ton of damage, and as you've guessed it, the most powerful one that I've seen with Talene are the twins. The twins combined with Rowan because of the perpetual energy cycle they create through the cleansing, through the haste, between the twins' ultimate hope ability and Rowan's ability for energy regen, his ultimate skill, and of course his healthy supply ability, makes her cycling just that much faster. So you're getting heals off with her, you're getting energy regen or energy buffs with her when she dies with her signature item. She's doing a ton of damage, just absolutely destroys teams with the Rowan twins Talene shell, just like they do with the Nara shell, with the Nara and Athalia shell. Both very, very powerful combinations to run with Talene. A couple of the other ones, of course, Falks, because of the confined ability, again, to enable the scaling, and the purification is another big one. With his ultimate skill, removes a majority of debuffs from allies, so if she is getting debuffs on her, he can actually take them off, which is very, very cool ability. The other two that we kind of talked about or touched on a little bit are Thorin. Thorin is a hero that is very, very difficult to kill because of his high survivability. And if he does die, he comes back to life. If he's using his ultimate ability, especially with the signature item, you actually cannot kill him during a signature item, again, allowing Talene more time to scale. And the final hero we look at that works really well with the combination is Hendrick. Because of his heavy CC ability, he has a frontliner and the sacrificial shield. Talene has a tendency to leave the front line and actually go on the enemy side, which is good because essentially you want her to die. That way her signature item is more effective, where you're adding the 20% attack or the 40% defense. when she dies, when she actually comes back to life. So the big thing about her, again, is scaling. It takes a little bit of time, but once she gets her ability going, it's very, very hard to kill her. If you do happen to kill her, bursting her down, she comes back to life if you don't take out the rest of the team. And that's where a lot of the heavy-duty tanks like your Wukong, your Hendrick, your Thorin will survive through an initial burst, allowing her to actually come back to life. So like I said, this is the final video for the formation shells. So really understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the shells will give you a better understanding of how to maximize their effectiveness. Knowing your heroes, knowing the hero types, knowing who to kind of build, who works the best with the formation shells. They do have a different level of interchangeability just because of the heroes you have. You know, I would not put in a elite hero when you have a hero, you know, that's mythic or higher, just for the fact that they do fall into the components of the shell. We'll continue to update the list. There are a couple that might be pretty powerful, especially with the addition of Mizoth now, as well as Cecilia, as well as the new Wilder hero. There's a couple more. So if you got any feedback, let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's any shells that I missed or something that you use, because I'm always open to feedback and always love doing the content. So again, this is the conclusion of formation shells. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you for watching.